before or after, why don't we go ahead and get started for the meeting for today, for October 6th already. It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
Bob, do you want to talk about concessions from last weekend and what's coming up?
Sure, gladly. We're still pulling in over $1,000 each day at Safeway. The weather looks like it's going to be a little wet and windy this weekend, so dress warm, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
We're just going to keep going until either the weather turns really nasty, it gets cold, flu season and cold season and stuff. I don't want somebody catching a cold or flu and becoming even more susceptible to COVID. I don't want to have a lion go down. So we've, to date, just from Safeway and grocery outlet, we've taken in $27,000.
Yay!
That's not, paying for supplies, but still.
Yeah.
And, just to kind of compare a little bit, last year for concessions, that was from the start of the year. It wasn't from July on. We took in about $75,000. So, we've taken in a third of that, which I'm pretty pleased with, because it's been a good process, and I appreciate everybody helping out and at least trying to pull some of that money back. We can use it for our projects.
When did we start that? What weekend was it? Was it in June sometime?
We started in July.
July.
17th was our first Safeway. So we did it for 11 weekends minus the smoke weekend. We didn't try it that one week when the smoke was so heavy. So, yeah, we're doing well.
Bob, guys will be supposed to be back in town about 3:30 at the shop with supplies. Can you make it?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to work Friday or Saturday, get a hold of Lloyd for sign-up times. Greg, first, do you have anything on membership?
Not at this time.
Okay. Kim Botero, do you have anything on the zone?
Where'd he go?
I
How would he know? He's been gone.
I see his shoulder.
know, I do too.
Hey, Ken.
President,
Marilyn?
I can make an announcement while he's doing that, whatever he's doing. On my own, I was noticing that Fort Vancouver meets on Zoom on Fridays, I believe at noon. And they have a couple of programs I thought would be interesting. And so this coming Friday, Scott McCallum from he's the superintendent of the Washington State School for the Blind, and he's going to be speaking at the Fort Vancouver Lions on Friday. So I would call it a visitation if someone else wants to attend. Just send me an email and I'll forward the information. Also, 2 weeks later, I thought, Greg, you might be interested since you've kind of heard what Zone 2 is doing for Walk and Knock. But on Friday, October 23rd, at Fort Vancouver meeting at noon, is Tom Knappenberger, and he'll be talking about Walk and Knock and what their program is going to be like. So anyway, I'm going to try to attend both of those meetings.
Okay.
Are you interested, Greg?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make sure we get Zoom address.
What time is that meeting?
That's it. So
Noon.
Okay, thank you.
I believe so, yes, on Fridays. So that would be the 23rd.
After those speakers have good experience practicing at those meetings, maybe we can invite them up to do speaking for us too.
I thought so. I thought that especially the School for the Blind would be interesting. So Larry, there's 2 programs that would probably be good
Not
options.
with me, dear.
But you do know where to get it.
Right here.
Oh, okay.
The only reason I asked is because that was what I couldn't get on because I did not have my account.
What's going on? So anyway, I'm done. Maybe Ken's back.
Okay, I don't know.
Alex.
I don't think, I don't know. Ken, are you back? I know.
Gotta unmute yourself, Ken.
Listen to me there.
Is that in there?
Oh, yeah. Unmute yourself.
He sounds better this way, though.
I agree.
Okay,
There you are.
there.
You waiting for me?
Yes.
I had to get off the other line.
That's okay.
Huh?
We do have our zone conference coming up this Thursday night at 6:00. For any of you that would like to join us on it, it's going to be very interesting. We've got almost the whole presidency, or governorship will be there, talking about different issues, mainly the NAMI project and the club reports. Had a terrific meeting with Kalama last night for the governor's meeting. It went very well. And we have several Zoom projects coming up with Longview Lions, Early Birds, and also the Sight and Hearing Foundation. So anyhow, other than that, everything seems to be going good. Everybody seems happy so far and moving ahead with things. Zoom programs have really picked up and have really been a blessing to a lot of people getting together now. Other than that,
Okay, well, thank you. Anybody have any sunshine report on anybody?
Well, my brother is doing better. He came in and worked a couple hours yesterday, and he's working there a couple hours today. His heart rate is still not where it needs to be. And so the rest of the time when he's home, he's sleeping or watching TV. At least that's what he tells me. Another 3 weeks goes back to the doctor for another checkup to see if his heart rate is doing better.
Okay,
So
anybody else on any sunshine? Any happy or sad bucks? Dwayne?
I guess I'm not muted, am I?
Nope.
not anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, my happy buck is that the dues are cheaper, and Dave and I sent in our dues.
All right.
All right. Well, you have till December 15th. It's going to be postmarked by the 15th, so.
$1.
Yes.
I don't recommend going to Lake Tahoe at 6,500 feet.
73.
7,300 feet. Louis got bloody noses. We're all congested. When we come down to the city of Carson, we all felt like we were still on a ship. And we're going. So it was a fun trip, but very different.
Oh.
And the smoke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had smoke too. We had fun, but
Yeah.
new challenges.
Anybody else on happy or sad bucks? Anybody?
Oh, crap.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, Isla.
What?
You have a happy or sad buck?
Sharon gave my happy bucks last week. My granddaughter was born. Her name is Amelia Elizabeth Daly Huster. 8 pounds, 13 ounces. And she was born with a full head of hair like her brother. And she's cute.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll should write all that on a check.
Yeah.
Cindy?
I have a happy dollar. My granddaughter Esther is having our third great grandchild, a little girl,
Wow.
All right.
due in March.
Okay.
My happy dollar is I don't have any more grandchildren. 9 is enough.
Ready.
I should do another happy dollar because I don't have to change my grandson's diapers anymore.
Oh, hey.
Darlene,
Yes, Marilyn.
I can give a happy buck. Our youngest son turned 44 yesterday. That's kind of scary when that's your last child.
Yeah.
I hope to not have any more grandchildren, but there's always that chance of a great grandchild.
Yeah.
Not in any hurry for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple happy bucks.
All right. Anybody else? Yes. So we really don't have a program today, but I have asked Hal to talk about LCIF. So Hal, you got 20 minutes.
I am totally prepared. Okay.
I know, but you
That's
guys
okay. I just
nice. So
we're just do a couple more happy bucks because I forgot to bring up something I wanted to show people. So okay.
and I know Harold and some of the other lions are putting in a wheelchair ramp tomorrow, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
That's what I think I heard.
Yeah. Okay. So
Where?
Denton Valley condos.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Hal, you're on.
Okay.
What's he on?
Oh yeah, I'm just getting to. Okay. Okay. I gotta share a screen first. You know what? I admit I should have been better prepared. Share screen. Okay. There's National Geographic. That's not what I want. I want this. I want this.
Really?
There we go.
That's fascinating. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So I don't hear any. Yeah, I don't hear any sound.
You don't hear sound?
Oh,
What?
Hear a lot of yawns.
Okay. I thought the sound's going to automatically play. How dumb am I?
Don't go there.
Greg is not typing in. Okay. Whatever. Okay. I've had this idea for some time where Longview Pioneer Lions are the leaders in the district and the multiple district. And I've had some discussions with a variety of different people about us being a model club. They've changed a lot of the rules on the model club. So I will be bringing up an outline of how I think we could do it. I look at it. Like I say, they've changed the requirements. And share screen. Share screen. Okay. This is going to take a discussion. and I don't expect any decisions now. I just want input from you. We are the leaders. The requirements for Model Club have been lowered. Basically to $500 per member and an extension. When I put this together about 2 weeks ago, we were at 25.6% of a goal. In other words, a quarter of the way there. With our 168 members, that means $500, total commitment of $84,000. We've already donated $21,521 as of that day, of the balance of $62,480. The outline of how I see we can do it: get 10 new Melvin. Greg and I have talked about the 100th anniversary is to have 10 MJFs awarded at our 100th anniversary. That's a nice chunk. We don't have to pay that all at once or anything like that. Get 15 of our Lions to commit to another $1,000 gift. I have one in my wallet right now, so that would be 14 to go. Get 20 to commit to 500. I have one potential commitment there. Get 20 to commit to 250. Develop a fundraiser and obtain sponsorship matching gifts to make up the difference of the 12,000. How a sponsorship works. Let's say we have a really good sponsor that we know supports what we do and loves what we do. We put a presentation together for them, and we go break a presentation to them, because LCIF is a 501c3, which is fully deductible. This goes over the next 2 to 5 years from our commitment. And here's why I see it. Oops, how come I can't get that to move? I guess I got to be on the document, don't I? Well, I'm trying to get on it anyway. I should be able to just move up and down it. But, oh, there we are. Here's why I say this is obtainable. We're a caring group of Lions. If we wanted, we could write a check today for the whole amount. We have the funds if we so choose to do that. That, of course, will be met with screams and jeers from some members, but it is a great cause. A few reminders why we can feel good about giving to LCIF. They have awarded MD19 with nearly $4 million in grants for projects over the years. LCIF has received 8 consecutive 4-star ratings from Charity Navigator, and 100% of your money goes to Lions service. So, I've been dreaming and praying about this. I know I talked with Darlene about it. Darlene has not given her presidential approval, and neither has the board. But if we're going to take on a commitment like this, it's going to need to be a whole club commitment. So, with that, I would like to open it to discussion.
Doesn't. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Have I just wowed you beyond belief?
No, my hand's up.
Oh, you're okay. Go ahead, Isla.
Does this mean each individual member needs to pay like $250 or $500? Because some of us are poor.
No, this would not be a requirement. That is not a requirement. There are people out there who would give more than what's on this sheet, and I'm aware of at least 2 or 3 of those. Go ahead.
What does PMA stand for?
Per member average.
Average, okay.
Okay? It's an average. Yeah, I should have said that earlier. Per member average. And so whomever gives whatever, it just looks, and LCIF looks at it, it's an average.
How many model clubs are there already, Hal, and where are they scattered around the world?
I want to say there's I'm going to have to close this screen and stop sharing so I can look that up. I want to say there's a, I don't want to guess. I want to look it up. There are 3 in our district right now. The Center Lions, Vancouver Dawn, and Peninsula Lions. So, I just got to remember where I put that. I will find it before we're done here.
What was the question, please?
How many model clubs around the world are there?
Oh, around the world?
Or MD-19.
MD, yeah.
I think at MD-19 there might be about 20 now.
Arla?
That's good.
Being relatively new, are there perks to being a model lion club? I mean, I don't understand what that is.
Okay. The perks are you're helping people around the world. That's number 1.
Okay,
Number 2, there will be a banner patch.
all right.
There will be if we would agree to do this, there would be a certificate once we agree to do to it, and the banner patch comes once the commitment is done. Okay, I'm almost to the place where I think I have the stat. But I see it as really a, how do I want to say it? Us really standing up and letting the world know who we are, who we are, and what we do here.
Cal,
Yes.
when would the timeline start?
Oh, it already started. It
As of
started
when?
when once we agree to be a model club, the timeline starts then, and we'll have 2 to 5 years to complete it. Sorry about that.
What makes the difference, Hal, whether you get 2 years or 5 years? That's a big
Well,
chunk of
COVID.
time.
COVID is what originally we'd only have 2 years left to go. Okay. But because of the time that we would be committing and COVID, we would have the 5 years, which the whole thing gets us into our 100th anniversary.
What's the baseline? You had a figure up there. Was it 25?
No, it's average of $500 per member.
And that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, we already have some money
Oh,
toward that,
21,000, a little over 25%.
When did that start? When did that start?
Oh, I want to say 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
Question? Al?
Yes.
I was wondering, with a 2 to 5 year commitment, what happens, which I highly doubt that it would, but if we don't succeed, where do the funds go that we've already committed? Do they return to us?
Oh, no.
Or do the people that donated it?
Any funds we send in stay at LCIF.
So thereby, if we don't do it, don't complete it.
We don't get the banner patch.
I'm sorry.
We don't get the banner patch if we don't complete it.
But all the money that we've donated, that goes to LCIF.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct.
So if we were to decide to do this, there may be possibly. I don't think we would. I think we would succeed. But my concern is if the funds go, we don't arrive at the goal and we don't get the funds back, that would mean that the money we could have spent for something else that might be more important 5 years from now. So I'm just making sure everybody understands we're, we're on this for the full ride.
just remember, we'll definitely be eligible to apply for grants for, let's just say we've decided we want to adopt a new wing at Peace Health. Just throwing that as an idea.
Yay!
We can ask for a matching grant for that.
In this process.
Because of the status?
No, we could do that anyway, but I can tell you our chances of approval would go significantly higher because that would be part of our, how do I want to say it? Our submission. Well, we did this, so this shows our commitment.
Ken?
You know, just one thing I would like to bring up, and I've got something written up for Hal coming up for a newsletter for the zone, but it's just the whole idea is this is a charitable organization.
Mm-hmm.
This is something we're doing to help people of the world in all different countries. However, if you stop and take a look at what LCIF has done here locally, we have to take a look at the mudslide we had up north just a while back.
Mm-hmm.
The forest fires we're having. LCIF steps in and helps with a lot of that stuff. So it's not just the idea of spending money for somebody in a different third world country. We also take care of the people here in some of the programs we have. So it's a very, very reasonable program to get through. And believe me, it does not have the administrative costs that some of the other organizations that supposedly help us out comes up with.
So
I'm not going to suggest Red Cross, but anyhow.
And Cheryl, this is the best number I can get you right now. I think I have another way to answer the question, but you can see here over $3 million is being obtained by model clubs. Another 14 million by individual pledges. Legacy commitments of 255,000, and a legacy commitment, which we could have a program on that. Basically means you put Lions Clubs International Foundation in your will.
How are gifts to LCIF through this program, they are tax deductible, correct?
Yes, they are. Any questions on this sheet I have up, Russ?
Yes, my concern goes beyond LCIF and our commitment.
Right.
My concern is what happens if this whole COVID thing goes to hell in a handbasket or something else comes down the pike to this country, and that the funds that we're giving to this is affecting how we can give to something unknown. And right now there is a lot of unknown in this country.
Well, sure. Well, one thing, this LCIF covers the unknowns in this company, in the country.
Okay.
And I want to say it's over 4 million, maybe approaching $5 million has gone out because of COVID already from LCIF, including the $10,000 to us. First thing, long time ago, I heard this line. I think it's from Yogi Berra. It's really difficult to predict the future. Okay? And I heard from an accountant one time, he says, if you ever hear a speech from an accountant, they never give a date and number in the same speech.
Are you being an accountant?
Yeah, because they can't predict it. So I think it puts us in good stead for future uncertainties.
I would just like to complete my thought in that I'm not against it. I would love to see us do that. My only concern is we don't know what's going on around.
Sure.
So I would just be cautious, and that would conclude my thoughts.
Yeah. And I think by being a model club, commitment to a model club,
Oh,
Yeah, it says we can get out of the commitment, but I know our club well enough to know that if we do make the commitment, we'll burn down forks. No, we'll cut down the burned down wood and sell it, right?
Agreeable.
Yeah, that's right.
Al, can you hear me?
Yes.
How much total do we need to be a model?
I will bring that back up.
Like 60?
64,000.
62,480.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So if you just give me feedback, and I'm going to take this to the board at the next board meeting.
I'm sorry.
And go from there. But I thought this looks like a good group to get feedback from. Because I see people, I would say 80% of the people on this right now are helping raise money. Marilyn or Steve?
For Steve.
Hal, when you go to the board with this, will there be a suggestion by you to have a sign-up sheet, some kind that we can have a running scoreboard?
Oh, sure.
Total?
Sure.
Because we would like to make a commitment, but we don't want to do it over the phone.
Sure. And many of these, okay, last time in Site First 2, we didn't ask for public commitments. There was basically about 3 or 4 people that went around and talked to individuals we knew who
Put it on there now.
could do it. And I got to tell you, using that method, as I recall, we got about 20 Melvin Jones fellows at that point.
That's recorded.
Al,
Yeah.
when you say the 64,000, isn't that the total? And that we already have funds raised for part of that?
No, 60. The total is 68 or 86. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Let me put that
That's
back
my
up.
question.
Okay. Let me put that back up.
This one over here.
I think I am. Anyway. Jeez.
Action.
I think we have enough new members that are not real conversant on what all LCIF does, especially for us
Sure.
here in our area. And I think in order to make some of us, a lot of us know what we do in our club, and that's great,
Mhm.
but we need more knowledge or information about how LCIF supports us in
Okay.
our region, and might help some people feel better about the notion of contributing that.
Move forward.
Sure. The total would be 84,000. We've got 21 in, so 62,480 is the balance.
No, that's probably.
What happens if our membership goes down or up? Does that change anything?
It's from the day you commit.
Okay.
So the threshold contribution is based on how many people you have in your club, is that correct?
Right, when you commit to it, the $500. It was $750. There is another level for clubs that reach the $750 average.
Can we have some time to think about it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is generating ideas, generating feedback. Russ, I hear you loud and clear. What if? And I got to tell you, there have been, in my experience with our Lions Club, we've had Mount St. Helens. Who knew that was coming, right? We came through that. We've had 3 recessions. 2 of them you might call depressions if you compare them to the original depression, but we've had 3 of those. And here we are. We're strong.
But how, we have not committed to this, right?
No, no.
So how do we get the 21,000? That's in there.
Okay.
It's
Your checkbook.
Yeah, no. Well, if we haven't committed, when did this, I mean,
No, this would start whenever we would commit. Here's the basic plan right here.
No, I think her question was about the 21,000.
that's all there.
Yeah, that's the part we're already get credit for.
I think that's.
So how far back did that go? To
That's
get-
either 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyhow.
But you're also getting me good questions for me to answer with, for the board too.
Marilyn?
How, Cheryl made a point that she didn't know everything that LCIF
Right.
does, so, and because you couldn't get your video going, maybe we could, have that scheduled for a program when it's
Sure.
available.
Sure. The video was going. I heard, it was funny. I was hearing the audio. I couldn't figure out why you guys weren't hearing the video.
It was quiet as a mouse.
Yep.
Well, last time I showed that video, same thing happened at our club. And so I thought it would be good to see it again.
It would be good.
We gotta love technology in the hands of a group of illiterates.
Right.
Greg is raising his hand.
It's still looking.
Whether we become a model club or not, it's not just a board decision. It's a club decision because of the commitment.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think this is the purpose of is kind of to open up the discussion here, take it to the board, go to our discussion, and see where that goes, and then take it to the club.
Well, it really needs to be because we have a firm belief in what LCIF does
Right.
for people around the world in Lions. It can't just be a status move, you know.
Here's what I would probably do, Cheryl. I would give you every possible link in the world to look at.
That's good. I like to learn.
Yeah, because it's. I always thought LCIF was good. Okay. Then when I became a governor and I saw in this room of 750 governors all their stories of what happened and lives they saved, I was all in at that point. Flash forward in 2006 and I pick up a little girl in Ethiopia who has her eyelids slit. And I was there 1 week after President Jimmy Carter and our Lions Club president from Texas had just delivered $10 million for a little pill that cures the potential blindness. Whereas in the field, they believe by cutting the eyebrows. It's like, wow. The latest report I saw on that, they believe that they reached, I want to say, it happens out in the hinterlands of Ethiopia, but they think they reached about 50% of the need with that $10 million.
It was something I did when I was working on that.
So,
Marilyn?
2 things. Does everyone know the cause of that blindness? It's the fly, right? Is that?
Yeah, it's Ethiopia's the fly. In South America, it's called river blindness.
River blindness. Okay.
And it's a trachoma.
What?
A trachoma.
Trachoma. Okay. Also, I haven't had a chance to really read District Governor's newsletter. Do you have an article in the district newsletter, Cheryl, that talks about the grant that Central Park Lions received?
Yes, but kind of obliquely. It's mostly about saving their park.
Right. They received matching grant. I'm assuming
Okay.
they went through LCIF. Are you aware of that, Hal? Do you know about it?
If this was a number of years ago, yes.
Oh, no, this is this year.
This year.
Central Park Lions just gained 12 new lions. They were on the brink of sitting with about 15 members. and they decided they were going to go out and say to their members, we're going to fold if we don't add some help here.
Yeah.
So they actually achieved a 12-member growth, and I believe another one is expected to join.
Yeah, 14 members in 2 months.
How many?
I don't believe that was an LCIF grant because I would have known about it.
Oh, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
But they did get a matching grant to improve their park.
From somewhere, yeah.
Yes.
Is part of LCIF work educational to educate people through these various countries where they have mostly folk beliefs about how to heal things and what, like you were talking about, what the people believe cutting the eyelids is going to make their vision better. So
yes, education typically is a component of any of the LCIF grants. It's like, if you'll notice, when I was doing the education process for our $10,000, I was telling you why.
Didn't we also get a matching grant from LCIF for our vision screeners?
No, that was.
That's something different.
That's the Greg, tell her what it was.
Well, Greg's on the phone, so he can't.
Oh, it's the Lions Sight and Hearing program out of MD-19.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah, we got a grant from LCI.
Doesn't LCIF step in and help with severe flooding sometimes?
Oh yeah, they do that all the time. Tsunamis, floodings, fires. I'm guessing we're putting a lot of money in California and Oregon right now. Okay, what I'm hearing is more education in LCIF. Yeah. What about the concerns of the future? What else?
Well, we already have contributed. You said what? 20,000?
21,000.
Well, how much of a time span was that?
It was between 2 and 3 years.
Okay, so now we're looking at how many more years for this commitment?
5.
Okay, so
the only reason I said 2 to 5 is because of COVID, everybody's been making adjustments. The adjustments that's felt like it's approved at this point is 5 years. It could be another year after that.
We, of course, would want to know what our drop dead date is when we go.
Oh, yeah. But we beat it, so there you go.
So normally, during this upcoming time span, we would normally be making some contributions anyway.
Right.
And so what this commitment is asking for a greater giving than what we have been doing.
That's what it's asking.
Anybody else have any questions for Hal?
I will come back with a better plan.
Okay.
With more education.
Okay. I know this was kind of the spur of the moment, so I appreciate you doing that for us today, Hal. And we'll have a board meeting at the end of the month. So if you want to present to the board at that time, and then we can decide if we want to bring it to the members.
Membership.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does anybody else have any comments for today or anything?
Darlene, would you stay on afterwards for a minute?
Sure.
Or you?
I have a comment.
Okay.
We did get a grant from LCI for $10,000 for those screeners.
That's what I thought. Okay.
But it didn't come through LCIF though, I don't believe. I think it came through the public relations, didn't it?
No, I thought it was LCIF.
Really?
Yep.
Do you have any?
We'll look at our paperwork again.
Yeah, 'cause that's what I thought too, was LCIF.
Let me, yeah, if you can find that and let me see the paperwork, that'd be great.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I am then going, since there's no other comments or anything, I will adjourn this meeting for today. And I will see you all next Tuesday.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.